If you've ever made the switch to a Linux desktop, you know the exact friction point. You get your system configured, your files migrated, and then your entire WhatsApp history slams right into a wall. Apple's ecosystem keeps those chats locked down on your iPhone. Before we go any further, we need to clear up the false promises found in most tech tutorials. You cannot take an iPhone WhatsApp database and import it into a native Linux messenger or a matrix bridge to pick up where you left off. It does not work. The architecture simply isn't built for it. iOS chat backups have one single purpose: to restore your messages back inside the official WhatsApp mobile app when you switch phones. They are entirely unreadable to outside software. So we are going to abandon the myth of a live Linux client holding your past messages. Instead, we are going to extract your data into a fully offline, searchable archive that lives permanently on your drive. To do this, we use a specific open-source tool called WhatsApp-Chat Exporter. It's a cross-platform parser designed specifically to rip through mobile backups. Running it requires two basic things. First, a local physical backup of your iPhone moved over to your Linux machine. Second, a standard Python installation, which your distribution likely already has. Because we are combining Apple's official offline backup mechanism with standard Python scripts, the entire process happens on your own hardware. Your private messages never touch a third-party server. Step 1 is securing the raw data. An iCloud backup is useless here because you cannot point a local script at it. The backup files have to physically sit on your hard drive. Since Apple doesn't offer official backup software for Linux, the most reliable method is to create the initial backup on a Mac or Windows machine, then copy that entire backup folder over to your Linux drive. When you connect your phone to that secondary computer, look at the device settings. You must explicitly select the option to back up all of the data on your iPhone to this Mac or PC. Getting that raw folder onto your own Linux file system is the absolute foundation of taking back ownership of your messages. With the backup secured, open your terminal. We install the parser through Python's package manager by typing pip install WhatsApp-Chat-Exporter. Now pay close attention to this next detail because it's where most extractions fail. By default, local iPhone backups are encrypted with a password. If your backup is password protected, the base tool can't read it. You need to check the project's official documentation and install the additional iOS Backup Decryption Companion module before moving forward. Once the decryption module is ready, you run the exporter in iOS mode. You will provide your backup password and point the command directly at the directory where you saved the backup folder. Typing your password into your own local terminal to decrypt your own files is exactly what data sovereignty looks like in practice. The script goes to work immediately. It locates the specific WhatsApp database hidden inside the larger Apple backup, unlocks the encryption, and begins parsing the raw message strings. If you have a massive chat history stretching back a decade, processing years of fragmented data will take a while. Do not panic, and whatever you do not close the terminal window. Let it run. This waiting period is a one-time process. Once it finishes, you secure uninterrupted offline access to your conversations. This visual mockup compares your native phone interface with the final output. The tool generates an HTML archive that successfully mimics the layout of the mobile app, displaying your text, images, and attachments cleanly in any browser. If you prefer to feed your data into custom scripts or complex search tools, the exporter can also output your entire history as structured JSON. This image displays the third option, the plain text format. It lacks visual polish, but it is entirely future-proof. A standard text file will open flawlessly on any hardware in any operating system indefinitely. But this extraction introduces a strict security requirement. These new exported files are completely unencrypted. Anyone with access to your computer can open the folder and read your entire messaging history. Move this archive into an encrypted home directory or a password-protected external drive immediately. Removing Apple and Meta from your data means you take on the responsibility of securing it yourself. You now have a complete snapshot of your past. But a static archive quickly falls out of date, and extracting your entire database from scratch every month leaves you with a mess of overlapping duplicate folders. This animated chart shows how the tool solves that problem using incremental merging. When you process a new backup, the script compares it against your existing export and filters out everything you already have. It cleanly slots those new messages directly into your current files. Instead of managing dozens of messy, partial backups, you maintain one pristine, unified record that continuously grows right alongside you. To be clear about your daily workflow on Linux going forward, this archive acts as your historical vault. For actual live messaging, keeping WhatsApp Web open in your browser remains the practical solution. To protect your vault, you can easily set up a standard rsync cron job to copy your updated archive directory to a secondary, secure location on a schedule. By combining an offline Apple backup with a dedicated Python script, you've successfully bypassed a closed ecosystem. You extracted years of private conversations into an open, untethered format. So stop chasing the illusion of a native Linux client. Take control of your history, own a real copy of it, and secure it properly. If this guide helped you cut through the noise, hit like, share it with another Linux user, and subscribe for more straightforward tutorials.